I feel sometimes like Moses when I see generation after generation lost to the system, who get caught up in the side. Not my babies. I got a 19-year-old grandson who has lost his mind. He is his mama's only child. And he lives in Dallas now. I live in Savannah. And so the best thing I can do, since he won't call me back, is lift him up in prayer. And you know what you got to know when you lift up God's people in prayer, even they don't want to act like God's people, you got to believe that what God said shall come to pass. You got to believe that if God is able to save you, God is able to save your children. Can I get a witness here? He's able to keep them. He's able to deliver them. And so every day I pray. And I've got three other right under him. I've got 5 altogether, 6 with him, but 5 under him. And you know what? We want to talk about, I ain't going to do what so-and-so did, and I ain't going to do what this one did, I ain't going to do what that one. And we turn around and we do exactly the same thing. We go the exact same path. Look at your neighbor and say, it stops here, it stops here, it stops here. Moses was sick of these folk. He was so sick of them because he comes off this mountain with these 10 commandments, with this law of God. They down there having a party. They down there juking, and they down there got they jewelry and got their gold. They drinking and they're singing and they're dancing. They done built a golden calf and things is all right. We done arrived. Moses ain't coming back. He probably dead. He been up there 40 days and 40 nights. So let's just go on and have us a party. Let's build our own God and let's do what we big and bad enough to do. And Moses comes off this mountain and Moses gets sick at the sight of these people. Sick at the sight of them. Look at your neighbor and say, he's sick at the sight. Sick at the sight of them. Just sick unto death. He's sick, and he throws those tablets down, destroys them, and 3,000 plus men and women are killed. Die because of a choice that was the wrong choice at the wrong time. What was wrong with them? They had no respect. They did not appreciate what God had done for them. Tell your neighbor, that's what I want you to hear right now. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you got to have respect. There's a difference between respect and honor. That's point number 1. You got to have respect. See, because when you get down to verse 3, you recognize that these people were a disrespectful people. That they allowed themselves to be caught up in a mess, and they got caught up so heavy until God said to them, I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. You know what he called them? Stiff-necked. Look at your neighbor and say, I don't want to be called stiff-necked. He called them stiff-necked, and the common translation today is rebellious. They were rebellious. They just did what they wanted to do whenever they wanted to do. They were a stiff-necked people. They were a people that did not have any regard for right, for holiness, for godliness. They were a people who really, when you look at it, they just really just didn't care to a certain degree because they never learned from past mistakes. They kept on doing the same thing over and over again. And so God gets to the place, and watch this, verse 3b. I'm going to read this to you. He says, I will not go up in the midst of thee, for thou art a stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in the way. Watch this. He says, I'm not going to go with y'all. I'm going to let y'all go into the promised land. I'm going to let y'all possess what I promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because I keep my word. There's a covenant I had with your fathers, with their children, with their progeny, with everything that came out of Abraham. I've got a commitment that I'm going to keep. But I'm going to let y'all go by yourself. Because I can't be fooling with y'all. Because you're going to make me mad while we're walking together, and I'm going to kill your behind. Y'all ain't read that. He says, I will consume them. He said, I'll get sick. You don't want my presence with you, and you acting a fool. Yeah, I'm preaching that, Terry. I want my presence with you, and you acting a fool. You acting a plumb fool. Don't you realize that even when you think I ain't looking, I see you? I hear every word you say. I see everything you do. And he tells Moses, Moses, I'm going to do what I say. I'm going to let y'all go into the land where the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Hivites and the Hittites and the Jebusites and all them sites are in the land. I'm going to give you Canaan. But I'm not going with you because I'm sick of them rebellious people. Look at somebody on your row and say, he's sick of rebellion. You know what rebellion is? People doing what they want to do, even when they're told not to do. It is a spirit of witchcraft. So you're a witch now. You're a warlock. You think that you can conjure up spells and do things and nothing's going to happen to you. You better understand God is bigger and badder than anything you ever thought of. And if you disrespect God, you done disrespected yourself. And God, if God says he ain't going to go with you, you might as well not go yourself. And that's what Moses said. Look at what he says. And when the people heard these evil things, they called them evil. They mourned, and no man did put on his ornaments. He took all his jewelry off, his ornaments. For the Lord had said unto Moses, say unto the children of Israel, ye are a stiff-necked people. I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment. I'll be on you like white on rice. I'll consume you, therefore now put off your ornaments from you, from your neck, from your ears, from your wrist, from your I wish everybody would understand. He says, everything you think that makes you who you are, take it off. All that name brand stuff you walking around acting like you are somebody. Think because you live in a certain neighborhood or you drive a certain car or because you work at a certain job, you are highfalutin. The devil is a liar. Take it off. Take it off. Stop walking around with your nose up in the air, because if you keep on fooling with me, you won't have a nose. Help me, Jesus. I will consume you. Good Lord, what kind of message is this? Moses is sick of interceding for the, he got to do it over and over. Every time when they came out of Egypt, they got to the Red Sea and they started mumbling and grumbling, talking about, you brought us out of Egypt. We were fine there. You were fine in shackles and chains. You were fine making bricks with straw. You were fine with the taskmaster. Folk come to help you have a better life. And instead of you falling in line, you persecute them. Tell your neighbor, stop lying, baby. Stop it. Stop it. You don't want what I got. Because if you wanted it, you stop rejecting it. You don't want the truth. You can't handle truth. The more truth that, stop sitting around looking at your situation and your dilemma, wondering how you got there. You got there one choice at a time. Y'all help me here. Help me. Stop blaming everybody else. And yeah, this is a hard one here. Look at your neighbor and say, he ain't talking to me. He's talking to everybody else. There's some folk in here feel like they don't need this. You might not need it, but there's some folk in here need it too. And you need to take it to some folk that ain't here. Can I get a witness here? It's us. It's us. It's black folk. It's people of ebony hue. We are always complaining about what we don't have, but we keep doing the same thing over and over again, thinking we're going to get different results. You crazy. I'd rather people call me crazy because I love a God I cannot see than to think people I'm crazy because I'm sitting on the corner talking to myself. I'm crazy. I'm crazy for Jesus. God said to them, he said, look, I will come up into the midst of thee in a moment and consume thee. This is verse number 4 or 5. I will come up into thee in the midst of a moment and consume thee. Therefore now put off thy ornaments from thee, that I may know what to do unto thee. And the children of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments by the Mount Horeb, by that place, Mount Sinai, Mount Horeb, whichever name you want to give it. They took everything off, and they sat there, and they waited on God. And here's the good thing, and I think I'm going to stop right here. I want you to understand this. Until you strip yourself of all that stuff that you think makes you, God can't help you.